switch it into second, and then see how fast we can get going. Holy crap! So if you might remember, we tried to start this thing with a 1-inch Milwaukee impact. This one has a hand crank, so we took a socket and welded it to the hand crank to just try and spin it over with the engine. Now, we know that you lose a lot of momentum doing it that way rather than a starter gear. A starter has a very small drive, spinning a very large drive. The problem is we need to spin that at like 15,000 RPM to get it up to speed, and then we have to disengage once it starts. So we really just wanted to see if it would turn it over. It wouldn't do it with the 1-inch gun. So Milwaukee sent us their 1/2-inch Super Hawg. This thing is a beast. I think it weighs about 14 pounds. It's definitely not light. Somebody chucked our socket and rod, so I had to make that quickly this morning. This one doesn't have the 1 key. It's only got high and low, and I don't expect it'll turn it over in high, but we'll try it in the low and see if we can get this thing running. Here's what's happening. It is turning it over. Not fast enough to start it because this thing also has a clutch. It's not working in our favor because it thinks that it's too heavy and it doesn't want this thing to come up and knock me out and hit me in the chin. There's your answer. Does it turn it over? Yes. Will it start it? No. There's no point in putting a battery in it and getting fuel going to it because it will not start on that. All right, so we know that this thing could turn over an engine if it wasn't for the clutch. It's so close, but the Milwaukee engineers decided that, you know what, we don't want this thing swinging up and knocking people's teeth out, and we appreciate that. I've been using it obviously in construction. It's got it all full of sawdust when we're running all the pipes through the ceilings or whatever else. But what we don't know is if it can power a boat. Now, these boat motors are super cheap because they're old and they don't work. This one, somebody has spent a long time on trying to get running and with no success. So whether it runs out of the water but doesn't run in the water, blah, blah, blah. We're not gonna start this boat motor because I don't feel like pulling this 1,000 times. We're gonna put this drill on this boat motor and see if we can get an electric boat motor. Here we go. Obviously, I'm not going to permanently mount that thing on there just for a few hours up north once a year. What I wanna do is make it so that I can put the key on some sort of shaft that drives the propeller and then clamp it down. And then when we're done with it, pull it right back off again and put it to use where Milwaukee and God intended for us to use a big ass right angle drill. So we'll pull everything apart as best as we can, take this whole engine off, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna take these 4 bolts off here and see if this whole thing slides off. What are those, 10s? Where's my 10 mil? I'll be back in an hour.
Much later.
Okay, so it's 4 hours later. I found my 10. What the heck? It's not 10. Let's grab my 3/8 there. All right, that's probably just the cover, not the engine itself. I wonder if there's a YouTube video showing how to take this boat motor apart. Well, then you can't see me struggle and get frustrated and swear. Oh, I think the engine's coming with it. What would that be? There's already one missing, so that's good. Less work for me. If that was just a shaft, like a square shaft that's able to go up and down a little bit, that would be, oh man, how awesome would that be? I knew it was too good to be true. Oh, that's because I don't sell the bolt in here. That's why. How awesome is that? We just put the chuck on there. Oh, freaking hey. Get rid of that. I'm gonna drop the key in the water. That's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be awesome. I should put a battery in it. Oh, man. That took all of 5 minutes. Got reverse, got forward. It's pretty awesome. All right, just gonna make a mount float. Okay, so every time I go to V&R, I go to their scrap pile, and there was this C channel made out of aluminum, which is actually pretty good size. I'm gonna start by drilling a hole that will screw into these handles. That will hold it in place. It kind of jams underneath this handle, which is perfect. And then I'll center the hole, and then just drill the 4 bolts in the bottom. I think that's about it. It should work, I think. Here we go. And there you have it. A drill, 2 pieces of C-channel, some rubber hose as vibration dampeners with a 7/16 bolt bottomed out into the housing itself. That centered on the shaft in the middle of the hole with 4 bolts bolted down there. We got it to be able to spin right around on the back of the boat, and then we got that. It's forward. We also have 2 speeds. Okay, there's still a little bit of flex here. You see that? And I don't really like that. So I'm gonna do, this is just a corner that I cut off. I'm gonna put that, it kind of follows the contour of the inside lip there. I'll cut this to go in between. Tap it with a 1/4 inch bolt so I can tighten that, and it'll push down right on that lip there. And then wherever the least, I'll slot these holes a little bit, and then wherever the least amount of vibration is, just lock it down there, and then it can rest on that. Here we go. Forward, reverse, no vibration. Freaking love it. See what it does in the water. Here we go. All right, we're at the beautiful cottage, beautiful trees, we got lakes, we got trucks, we got Mercury, Johnson, Evinrude, and Milwaukee. What the heck? One of these is not like the other.
Well, she'll move.
If that's 12 amp hour or
M18.
yeah, how many amp hours is
I
that?
don't know. Mine's not that big.
Yeah, 12 amp hour. That's huge.
It's like so simple yet practical.
That's a drill?
Yeah.
Looks like a sawzall.
The only thing is these spin at like 4,000 RPM. This is 1,500, so it's like a third, half the speed. But
Oh shit, it's got reverse.
So how long is that battery gonna last?
I have no idea.
Okay, Rich, were you you here for the tea?
If you don't see us by 11:30, come for a search.
All right, well, we're ready to go.
Okay.
Not with us. At the cottage. This is pretty slow. It's a little bit loud. It is actually louder than I thought it was. Yeah, I wish it was a little quieter. Okay, getting rid of the dead weight. Now we can get on plane.
Get away from these rocks.
Oh, still rocks there. That rooster tail. Not bad, there's only one person in the boat. There you go, boys. Can you put a super Hawg on a boat motor? Yeah, it works. Not bad. A little loud, but it does work. Saving the environment. That guys had a lot of fun. I'm gonna do some fishing. Here we go. And thereupon he made his mistake because we came out with a 12 amp hour battery. I only brought a 9 amp hour to get us back home again. Whoops. Anyway, we'll probably make it. What happened, guys?
The fuel line's not sealing.
So you need a tow?
Hot diggity dog.
It's a pretty good life. I wish the fish would bite. So I'm down to 1 bar.
Maybe we should have switched that so you always make sure you have enough power to go home.
We're done. Saying. That's it. No more. There's the dock.
I think we have enough to drift.
Did we I think we will drift in. Yeah, I did
might be
bring
okay.
one other battery, but properly prepared, like bailing bucket and.
Rubber boots would have been nice about half an hour ago.
All right, so the editors watched the video and they said, you know what, that's pretty good, but you know what would be gooder is if you make it go way faster. So just that one sentence, just like, yeah, how about I do that? So it is a full year later. I gotta make this boat motor go faster. So I did order this about 10 months ago, and that is a reducer for an auger. So you can put the drill on this side and put the auger on that, and you can slowly drill a hole into the ice or into the ground. But if you spin it the other way and spin this, then that goes super fast. Huh? So now I gotta figure out, I gotta turn this down so I can grab it with the drill. I gotta shave this into here and keep it from spinning, and somehow I gotta attach this to that. I'll figure it out. Here we go. So the big end was too big to fit inside my drill, so I stuck it in my lathe. Let me just turn my lathe on for a second here. So to prevent slippage, I'm gonna shave just 3 sides off there, turn her into a triangle, so that'll fit in the drill better. So that's where I need this position to be, so I can grab it with the chuck. It fits inside the chuck nice. It wiggles a tiny bit, but we'll allow that in the collar. It'll be able to give just a little bit. Now this collar, we need to attach that to this shaft, and we have to make it be able to drop in from the top because that's the way it is. So that's going to be there kind of like that. First off, we need to make this fit inside there, and there's 4 screws here, or bolts, around the outside, and I'm not sure what they do, so they're probably not necessary. So I'll probably just grind all that off, then it'll fit nicely inside the shaft, hopefully, and then we can figure out how to attach this to that. It doesn't work, boys. All right, here we go. Okay, so we shaved off the ears, and then I realized it was way too small, and it dropped right in. So what I did was I found a piece of pipe underneath the thing, and I just shoved that over top. And that, because this is tapered, now slides nicely in. I can find center now perfectly because it's circle. And then if I mark it properly, I can drill and self-tap a screw in there to keep it from spinning. And I don't have to mess with this housing because it's white metal. So now I just need to figure out how to attach this to that. And for that, I need the 10mm socket that I threw away last year. It's somewhere here. I'll never find it. Oh, hey, look at that. Nice. Nice Milwaukee. Now you're gonna say, Rich, these came out in the middle of this year. That wasn't last year's socket. And you'd be right. But I'm still gonna weld that over. And then I'm going to be short one more 10mm socket. Because that's where they actually go. People think they lose them, but what happens is they actually weld them onto gas-powered shafts of boat motors that are now electric. It's common sense. It happens all the time. Okay, so I don't want to brag, but this is actually pretty genius because all I did was turn that into a 3/8 square. Now you can just stick the socket on there, and the hex is the drive for the auger. So it's a 10mm hex. And now it'll all slide together. Actually, I could slide it together from the top or the bottom now. Man, my genius just astounds me sometimes. I'm actually a little more excited about this now because one, I don't lose my socket. I can get it back when I take it apart. Two, I think it might actually work and actually boogie pretty good. So anyway, let's keep going. So I need to cut that shaft down. But take a look at that. That is 3.2 times faster than it used to be. Pretty sweet. Pretty close to my argon tank. That would have been a good video. Put everything back together again. I gotta drop this down a hair. And then we are good to go. If I remember how all those brackets went on. Okay, and to keep that thing from spinning, I just took roll pins and drilled them through that collar that was sticking out past the motor, and I welded the that to the collar. So shouldn't spin. As long as that doesn't spin inside the housing, then we're good. The rest is just assembling it the way it was. We'll see you on the lake. See if that's any better. Here we go. So yeah, this is filmed in front of a live studio audience. It's a lot of pressure to see whether it actually works or not. Throw it on the boat motor and see what happens a full year later. Think it's gonna work?
Absolutely.
So far, so good.
Now, if you fall in, that would make some good video.
Before any beer whatsoever. Full speed. Okay, so that was actually only in first gear. I'll switch it into second, and then see how fast we can get going. Holy crap! Whoa! Oh, she's just never! Nah, I'm just joking. Josh is in there with a leaf blower. But I had you going for a second. It's not bad, but the drill does like to get hot, so So yeah, anyway, that's about as fast as I can get this thing going. We're gonna go do some fishing. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I never intended to make it go faster. I was kind of done after last year, but like I said, the editors wanted me to go faster, so we went faster. I gotta go get my hat. And I think I didn't align everything 100%. I think if you took the time to make sure that it was 100% straight, it does work really good for short stints. You can do it in low gear for as long as you want, nice little trolling. But if you stuck it in second gear, you can scoot for a little bit, but I think it gets hot after 5 minutes or so, and then she likes to shut down. But that's your next fishing spot. It actually works pretty good. So thanks for Milwaukee for letting us goof around with this. You guys have seen me use it drilling all the holes in the Kenworth and that. I gotta take this thing apart again because I actually need the drill. This was fun, but we'll see you next year. Here we go. Is that shallow?
Yeah, it's only like a couple feet now.
Yeah, but just a good shallow dive. Should be.
I don't think it's too deep now.
Okay.
You can do-
It's not too deep. Oh, I guess not, eh? Need my hat. But is it lily pad?
Should be somewhere around there. But it should be in there somewhere.
No, that's weird. I thought for sure it would float. All right, little disclaimer, Deboss Garage hats don't float. Here we go.